The horseshoe whip snake has come to Mallorca for good. The invasive species spreads rapidly and threatens the native fauna.
They're a plague. They're everywhere.
They have to go. They make me nervous.
Of course, they have to be killed off. But how?
So how do the Spanish Balearic Islands plan to stop this invasion? Scientists are on it.
My name is Miguel Put, and I'm a biologist. We're trying to keep the horseshoe snakes in check.
Miguel Put and Tony Morrow from the local Wildlife Rescue Center are tracking them for capture. Only 2 snake species are actually native to the area. The horseshoe snake was brought here by accident.
A horseshoe snake has shed its skin. Tony, what do you think?
Yes, and it's a pretty big one.
This is clear evidence that these snakes live here. They endanger our ecosystem because they eat native animals.
Miguel and Tony set traps for the snakes, which can grow nearly 1.8 meters long. A live mouse is the bait.
When the snake tries to reach the mouse, the door falls shut and the snake is trapped. The mouse is safe. It's on the other side of the screen, so the snake can't eat it.
The intruders probably arrived on the Balearic Islands by ship from the mainland, in the root balls of olive trees, much to the dismay of farmers. Andreu Androver has already caught 2 horseshoe snakes this year. He sets traps himself on his land in eastern Mallorca. He knows the snakes are not venomous, but when cornered, they can be aggressive.
When they're trapped and you get close, they go wild and bite very quickly. That's a bit scary. I've actually always been fascinated by snakes. I used to catch them by hand when I was a kid and was never afraid. But this one...
Andreu is most worried about agriculture. He farms organically, and like many of his neighbors, has seen that the snake invasion is causing ecological problems.
The snakes hunt birds, which eat insects and prevent pest infestations. So, if there are more snakes, there are fewer birds and more pests.
That's why Andreu kills the trapped snakes, following the regulations for invasive and introduced species. Miguel Put from the Wildlife Rescue Center confirms that the horseshoe snakes have no natural predators on the Balearic Islands. Even birds of prey hardly bother them. But the snakes threaten a lizard species that is only found here.
The native species here had always been safe from these predators, so they haven't adapted for survival. They have no defense mechanisms against new, unfamiliar predators like these snakes, so they are easy prey.
The wildlife officers check the traps every 2 weeks. If they find a snake native to Mallorca, they release it. But horseshoe whip snakes like this one have to be killed.
I really feel sorry that we have to treat them like this. It's not their fault that they're here. But this is the only way to protect the native species on Mallorca.
The wildlife officers trap around 3,000 snakes per year, and there will be more. Besides the horseshoe snake, 3 other snake species have now been introduced from the mainland.
I think we can only try to slow their spread to strike a balance between the native species here and the newcomers. But in the long term, we will probably have to get used to their presence.
The officers don't know how many horseshoe snakes there are on the Balearics. All they know is that they're here to stay.